Hi there, students. To abut. To abut on. To abut onto. To abut upon. Or even to abut against. Okay, to abut means to lie adjacent to. To have a mutual border. Two things touch. Yeah, to adjoin, they are next to each other. So a national park abuts onto the bottom of my garden. France abuts onto northern Spain, joins, has a common border with. The abutting property is a church, the next door property. The house has abutting gardens. The gardens are next to the house. There is a lean-to shed abutting the house. Okay. His desk abuts mine. Now, can you use this word metaphorically? I was thinking about this. I don't think it's very common, but I think you could say something like, our areas of responsibility abut, but they don't overlap. To abut, but not to overlap. So I think you could use it metaphorically, but you need to be careful where you use it. Okay, notice this word is very formal and old-fashioned. The abutting property. To me, that sounds like a legal document or something a lawyer might say in court. I think I'd give it an 8.5 or even a 9 in formality. Let's see. This word to abut. There's a medieval Latin word, abutare, to abut, to go next to. And there's also an old Norse word, butra, which is a piece of wood. But I think this piece of wood is a boundary mark. So abut, against the boundary mark, next to the boundary mark. Notice to abut is a regular verb, but double T, abutted, double T. So his house abutted mine. This shed has abutted the house for many years. Okay, so to abut, to lie next to be next to lean against. My back is abutting the backrest of the bench. But this is really formal. In a conversation in the pub, you're going to use lean against, touches, is next to. Yeah? I think you might use to abut in something semi-formal, in a semi-formal writing. But it sounds like a pretty formal word to me. So be careful the context you use it in. So there you go, to abut. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. To abut.